right. Let's see. Before I take my break, chat, let's look at the Casey Tron apology. Casey Tron put out an apology. She did. Public apology to Helia and Ethan. Blocked. Who can respond? So only people Casey Tron has mentioned can respond. Let's take a look at Casey Tron's apology, shall we? This should be good. So the volume's up. All right, let's skip past the countdown. I'm not waiting I'm not waiting half of this video for her to start. Forgot what? Okay, first and foremost, why the hell are you gonna post an 8.5-minute apology? And how why are you gonna use 5 minutes of the video that you post for your apology? Is this the full apology, Atanashi? Yeah, it is the full. Okay, so this I'm guessing is this is the full apology, right? Okay. Yeah. First and foremost, why are you going to burn 5 minutes out of an 8-minute and 11-second video on the starting soon? This right here is spiteful. Doing this is spiteful. Of spending the first 5 minutes on your stream starting soon. That's just, it's not lazy editing, it's spiteful, Revan. It's like, she didn't want to make this apology. That's one point, flat out, she did not want to make this apology. And so she's just going to eat up as much time on it as possible before she actually has to, do her mea culpa. Yeah, it's absolutely stalling. So, okay, we're 5 seconds before it starts. Let's see what her apology looks like.
And by stating I take responsibility.
No, fucking well. Hold up. Hell no. Oh, hell no. Hang on. Hold the secret. She actually posted her fucking YouTube video. Simba. She actually posted her goddamn YouTube video. And it's not even hers. Hold the phone. Look at this. It's not even her video. Oh. Oh, God, it's pre-recorded. Oh my God, it's pre-recorded. She did a pre-recorded video. So she did the timer. Oh my God. She did a YouTube countdown timer video. And then did a pre-recorded video on, because this is the online alarm cur 5-minute timer on YouTube. And then she engages a pre-recorded video. Oh, sorry. I forgot I pulled that down. Yeah. She did a 5-minute timer from YouTube and then engages a video file for this.
And by stating I take responsibility for infringing the content nuke. I want to begin by stating I take responsibility for infringing the content nuke. The lawsuit was not frivolous. When I said the lawsuit was frivolous and based on misogyny, it was to garner sympathy, protect my own reputation, and
oh, she doesn't believe. Oh, she is not believing. She does not mean a word of this. She does not mean one fucking word of this. Yes, this is 100%. This is 100% a script. She's putting no emotion into this. She is not believing a fucking word that is coming out of her mouth. Oh, this is going to be so robotic.
Protect my own reputation and retaliate against the Kleins. This lawsuit has given me a greater understanding of copyright protection, people's copyrights, and the importance of protecting
The Prime
copyrights.
Eye had more emotion than this.
No kidding. And listen to what she say. She doesn't. I don't think she even understands anything she say. She doesn't even. The alerts are off, but that was not part of an alert. I don't think she even understands what she's saying. No, she's not looking at the camera. She's reading a script off of her computer.
It was to garner sympathy, protect my own reputation, and retaliate against the Kleins. This lawsuit has given me a greater understanding of copyright protection, people's copyrights, and the importance of protecting copyrights in the online content creation community. It is important for the entire content creation community to respect the intellectual property rights of other creators.
That was her doing that, by the way. Moving her mouse up to basically show and saying like apology, public apology, one. That was her that did that. This is like so fucking... This is pathetic. Like, seriously. How hard would it have been? Like, this is laziness on such an epic scale. Like, the laziness of this is incredible. She literally couldn't even be asked to download to download the timer. It's a pre-recorded video set. This Windows Media Player is hers. This is her Windows Media Player interface. So she could not even be asked to download to download a timer video, which was pointless anyway, and to just put this into the most basic video editing software, render it, and upload it to Twitter. She couldn't even do the basics of that. She literally she did all of this through OBS. This is all being done through like OBS. So she had OBS. She had her browser window source, and then she had her media source. And she literally did the countdown timer, closed the window, which left the video source, which is this, and she pressed play on it, and her cursor is moving around in the video player, so you're seeing the interface popping up. So she could not even just do a video edit with that timer and her apology video, render it, and upload that video to Twitter. Could not even be bothered to do the bare minimum of that. This is fucking pathetic.
Property rights of other creators, and I will adhere to the lessons I've learned throughout this process going forward. I also want to make clear that I did not receive any support, financial or otherwise, from Hasan Piker. Hasan never...
No kidding. We all knew that already. We were all making fun of the three of you because Hasan has not given you any financial help. Like, everybody knows that Hasan did not give you money. That's been the joke. That the three of you had been riding on his inverted micro dick for this whole time, and he couldn't be bothered to give you even a dime for your legal fees. So no shit he hasn't helped you in any way.
On Piker. Hasan never even reached out to me privately to offer words of support. Speaking honestly, I found his indifference to my suffering hurtful, especially after
No. And now she suddenly realizes that Hasan doesn't give a fuck about her. It's finally gotten through the drug-addled brain that Hasan doesn't give a fuck about her. I don't think so. I don't think Ethan made her call him out. I don't. As petty as Ethan might have been on this, I think he might not have done that. But it's so funny. It's like, only now is she figuring out the guy she was standing for doesn't give a fuck about her. She's only just now figured this out. And who knows, maybe Denims and Frogan are just now figuring this out too. This is so fucking hilarious. This is just too good.
Speaking honestly, I found his indifference to my suffering hurtful, especially after he hinted he might help me behind the scenes. It felt like he wanted to receive credit from the public for helping me without providing any.
You're only now figuring out that all he gives a shit about is himself and just wanted the clout of perceiving like he was on your side. Gorsh! It's a good thing you figured this out before you had to, I don't know, settle a major lawsuit because he left you out to dry. Sucks to suck, honey.
As to the GoFundMe money, to the extent there are any remaining funds after I pay my attorney's fees, I have agreed to pay the remaining funds to the Kleins. The funds will not go to anyone else, including...
Wait. Sorry, I was paying attention to this.
Without providing any. As to the GoFundMe money, to the extent there are any remaining funds after I pay my attorney's fees, I have agreed to pay the remaining funds to the Kleins. The funds will not go to anyone else, including Denims or Frogan, to defend their lawsuits. For the record, I have a...
Wait. Hold up. So, the GoFundMe that she has, which I think was currently, her GoFundMe was at, what, $57,000 right now? Someone do a quick check. What is Casey Tron's GoFundMe at right now? Because I'm guessing she's closed it. Like 60s? I'm guessing she's closed it. She's shut it down. She's ended it. And so basically, she is going to pay off her lawyer. It's gone? Okay, so she shut it. So she closed it. So when she came to the agreement, she shut down the GoFundMe. Not a surprise. That's kind of what I expected. And so she's going to pay her lawyer's fees, which at this point is probably a couple grand. And all the rest is going to the clients. So she's probably going to be paying Ethan and Helia. I'll throw a roundabout and I'll inflate what likely she is paying her lawyers. I'm going to inflate it and say she has to pay her lawyers $7,000. That is probably grossly inflated. That is very likely grossly inflated. She probably doesn't have to pay her lawyers that much because her lawyers didn't fucking do anything. And so she's going to be paying the Kleins $50,000. So Ethan's getting like $50,000. Yeah. Oh yeah, and she is completely screwing Denims and Frogan with this because, well, what I expect is going to happen. Destar, no, incorrect. In that respect, Destar, you are incorrect. Because they've reached a settlement, Casey Drawn will not have to pay for Ethan's lawyers. It would have only have been if they had gone to court and received a judgment. Then she would have been responsible for paying for Ethan's lawyers. But because they reached a settlement prior to going to court, she is not responsible for paying for Ethan's lawyer fees. She has to pay for her own, and that's it. And all the rest, in accordance with their settlement, will be going to Ethan. So she's going to basically be paying, yeah, and of course, yeah, depending on what the settlement is. My guess is based on what she just said, then based on what she just said, Ethan's lawyer's fees are probably not part of the settlement. That would be my guess. So she's paying her lawyer and just paying the rest out to Ethan and Helia in the settlement. But now Denims and Frogan, They're gonna like, what's gonna happen with that? Huh? What's gonna happen with Denimans and Frogan now that Casey Tron has settled, I wonder? Because if they try to take it all the way to court, they're going to lose. We suspect she's turned over info to Ethan that he wanted regarding Denims and Frogan. Very possible. Very possible. Yeah, it may not just be monetary gains that Ethan gets from this. He may also get information. Well, Revan, he hasn't let Denims and Frogan off at all yet. Why did he let Casey Tron off easy? Probably because he knows that she's not going to be getting anything more from her GoFundMe. And so he's just like, all right, she's hit her peak with the GoFundMe. Now's the time to hit her and say, all right, I'll settle now. And this is what I'm going to settle for. You can pay your lawyer's fees with what you've received from your GoFundMe, and all the rest of it comes to me. Plus, he may request information on Denims and Frogan. Maybe communications between them. Like maybe he's going to get communications between Casey Tron, Frogan, and Denims where it was coordinated. Like maybe he's going to get evidence that that they'd coordinated the attempt to basically do copyright infringement because they had all planned this together. And so maybe he's getting that information from Casey Tron. Or maybe getting her legally binding her that she has to testify to those effects, perhaps. And hello, anime guy. You working hard on defending me on Twitter, you beautiful human? Hi.
Agreed to cooperate with the Kleins in their litigation against the H3 Snark mods for promoting my live stream to the extent that I am able. I will offer my support, including testifying under oath to everything I have just stated, to help.
Hold it! Hold it! She's agreeing to testify under oath on behalf of Ethan regarding this. Fucking called it. Give me my props. Give me my props. I fucking called this.
My support, including testifying under oath to everything I have just stated, to help their cause. I also want to take the opportunity to acknowledge other misconduct and bad behavior I have exhibited online.
And bearing in mind, not only, well, yes, Revan, Casey Tron doesn't give a shit. Just like Hasan, who she was praying would help her, she doesn't care about anybody but herself. So of course she's going to sell him out. She has no allegiance to Denims or Frogan. But also, this is also, I'm not going to say sinister, but this is a little bit more chess movement. Because by Casey Tron now coming out publicly and saying that as a part of the settlement agreement that she has agreed to testify on, in regards to what occurred on behalf of Ethan and Helia, basically for their side, Denims and Frogan now know that Ethan and Helia now have even more hardcore ammunition against them regarding this case. And there is going to be so much fucking pressure on them from both the public and their own lawyers to sell. This is what's going to happen very soon. I'd say probably within the next couple of days, maybe a week, we're going to hear that Denims and Frogan have settled also. And I would fully expect to see public apologies coming from them as well. Because this not only does Ethan and Helio get a win by getting money from Casey Tron and getting a public apology, they also...
The more you around, the more you're going to find out.
Yeah. So, like, not only is he getting money out of her, not only is he getting a public apology out of her, he now has secured her as a star witness in his case against Denims and Frogan. She basically dumpstered on Casey Tron.
I highly doubt they will learn their lesson when it's all said and done. Sorry, but I'm being skeptical cynic.
Given what I'm kind of inclined to believe that Casey Tron might, in terms of like copyright infringement issues. In terms of the copyright infringement issues, I think she might. Because don't forget, what she is getting wet smacked for here is doing, like, pretending to do a react when not reacting at all. In that respect, because I don't even know if Casey Tron does react content normally to begin with. So in terms of that, I think I do think she's not going to allow herself to not react to anything in the future because this is going to be a very painful monetary memory for her. Now, on the negative side, Casey Tron is not going to be having spent any of her own money. Just remember that. All the money that she is giving to her lawyers and all the money that she is giving to Ethan and Helia is coming from her GoFundMe. We don't necessarily know that, Atanashi, but I have a feeling it is. I have the suspicion I have a suspicion it is, because my guess is she probably doesn't have a whole lot of money herself personally. She got close to 60,000 on the GoFundMe, Zeb. Maybe they may garnish her ad revenue. I don't know. I mean, it all depends on this if Ethan and Helia disclose what happens with it.
For example, weaponizing the death of Asmongold's mother was inexcusable. I should know better because I have 3 disabled people that rely on me. Moving forward, I will do better.
Okay, that's what the fuck? That's not even close to the same fucking thing, sweetheart. Listen to what she said again.
The death of Asmongold's mother did online. For example, weaponizing the death of Asmongold's mother was inexcusable. I should know better because I have 3 disabled people that rely on me.
Not anything close to the same fucking thing. That is not even, that is no, Giggle Fingers, no, Ethan didn't do Asmon solid because what she just said is not even fucking close. She accused Asmongold of killing his own mother by buying her and giving her cigarettes that she asked for as a perfectly functional, cognizant and aware adult. She basically accused Asmongold of killing his own mother. And she's going to equate that, I should know better because I have 3 adults in my family that are special needs. It's not the same fucking thing. That's not even, no, and Skady, I would not expect him to accept the apology. I would not even in the slightest, I would not expect him to accept it. Because that wasn't an apology. That was not an apology. That was a conflation of trying to pretend like, oh, I understand what it means to, be accused of killing your own mother because I have disabled parents. Like, fuck you, bitch. Not even fucking close.
Moving forward, I will do better.
No, you
I also
won't.
want to apologize to the crew of the H3 podcast, particularly AB and Olivia. I apologize for calling them cowards for not quitting their jobs. That was a shameful attack on 2 people who deeply care about Palestine and Palestinian people. AB, along with his wife Lena, have done more than I have ever done for the Palestinian people, including...
No shit. No shit. Casey Trot, you have not done fuck all for the Palestinian people. All you've done is talk about them to get clout while reeing and screaming about quote-unquote incels and Asmongold on Twitter. That's all you've done. You don't give a fuck about Palestine, just like Hasan doesn't give a fuck about Palestine. Just like Denims doesn't give a fuck about Palestine. Stop pretending like you ever gave a shit in the first place. The only thing you care about is how you're getting your next high, so you can just sit there and get baked off your ass 24 hours a day.
Raising over $100,000 in charity. I recognize that they have actually made Palestinian lives better, and my online antagonism and trolling has not.
Yep.
I apologize to Ethan and Gila personally.
Fucking duh.
I have said extremely mean and cruel things about both of them, particularly my misogynistic attacks against Gila that never should have been said. I also want to acknowledge the pervasive problem of anti-Semitism in leftist spaces. It should concern all of us. I condemn it.
Wait, what was that? What? Hang on.
Things about both of them, particularly my misogynistic attacks against Gila that never should have been said. I also want to acknowledge the pervasive problem of anti-Semitism in leftist spaces. It should concern all of us. I condemn it and will not participate in it.
So that was a fucking lie.
well, she's gonna be back on the anti-Semitism. That I guarantee you. But that's so that is fucking hilarious. That she's gonna try and pretend like I'm condemning the anti-Semitism in leftist spaces. No one believes that. No one believes you, Casey. Not a one person believes you mean that in the slightest.
To that end, I wish the Klein's success in enforcing TED Entertainment's copyright and protecting the legal rights of online content creators.
And that's it. That was her whole fucking apology. Oh my God. That was pathetic. That was absolutely pathetic. Wait. Okay. Let's look at Ethan's response. There's a couple of videos on there's a couple of videos showing Ethan's response. Let's take a look at Ethan's response, shall we? Hang on. I'll be honest, I couldn't really care less about Palestine. It's people who care about Palestine that think we should be like them, and I don't want that, nor do I care that they brought up what's going on themselves. If they care much about Palestine so much, they can go fight and die of their freedom themselves. Well, that's just it, anime guy. I've said, like, the people who are, like, protesting for Palestine don't actually give a shit about that. I've said this before. It's a convenient bandwagon for people that don't have any meaning in their lives to jump on to feel like they are doing something. They don't actually fucking care about Palestine. And then they get so wrapped up in the cause because they're with people that act like they love them, they accept them, they want them to be there, that they go hog on it. The truth is, 90 to 95% of the people involved in the protests for Palestine don't actually give a fuck about it. Realistically, they don't care. They just want to be a part of a cause where they feel like they belong, they feel like they are welcome, and they feel like they are actually have some kind of meaning to their lives, because outside of it, they don't have any meaning to their lives and they feel useless. That's it when it comes to these, like most of these Palestinian, like a lot of the people, especially like the white people, like the white, the white suburban moms that jump in on these things and act like, yeah, we care about Palestine. No, you don't. You just want to be part of a cause. And this is just a convenient thing for you to jump in on. Yeah, some of them might actually like hate Israel and want that excuse. Absolutely. That's certainly a possibility. But the vast majority of them, they just want to be a part of something. And they don't think about what they're actually becoming a part of. But let's see what Ethan's response is. We've got a 3-minute video of his. I'm gonna get out of his way. This is his response to her video.
I don't want to see any negative. I don't want to see people being rude to her. I genuinely have forgiven her. I'm moving on. And it's water under the bridge. I don't want to see anybody being, I'm being dead serious. Let's not be nasty to her, guys. This is it. Okay, it's over. We won. That's it. We won, right? So let's just move on and thank her. Thank you.
He's being diplomatic about it. He's being diplomatic about it. That's why he's saying, like, I don't want to see anybody being nasty to her. He's basically, what he's saying is what I say to you guys, which is no brigading. That's what. It's not so, well, yes, he's being the bigger man, yeah, but he's basically, he's doing what I do. He's saying to his community the same exact thing I say to my community, which is I will not accept brigading anybody. We can rage, we can make fun of someone, we can criticize them, but we will not brigade them. That is something I will not accept from my community. I will not accept any brigading coming out of my community, because if that happens, you will no longer be a part of this community. Ethan is doing the same thing. And that is just fine. He's basically saying, like, it's over. There's, we've been through we've been through shit. We're not going to escalate this the opposite direction and just create an even more of a shitstorm. and look like the bullies. Because if his community or any other community starts brigading Casey Tron about this, then they will look like bullies, and it won't help him out. It's not gonna be beneficial at all. It's only gonna be detrimental to start brigading Casey Tron now that she's done the apology. We can say that, yeah, your apology is shit. We can say that, okay, her apology was completely scripted, there was no emotion to it, and at least half of it was bullshit. We absolutely can criticize that, but not brigade. We're not. He's saying what I say is, don't go jumping onto her Twitter feed. Don't go jumping onto her YouTube videos, brigading the fuck out of her, calling her names, and anything like that. The apology video, like, she already she's already been taken down, way down. So this apology for her actions prior to and this apology video alone, she's already in the dumpster right now. There's no need to keep there's zero reason to keep jumping on her because it's not going to do anything. She's already at her low point. And yeah, her community is going to turn on her for this. Her community is going to do all the work that every other community might want to do and holds back from brigading. They'll eat themselves. Oh, Raven, I'm not saying I have sympathy for her. I'm not expressing sympathy for her in the slightest. But I'm saying there's no point. It's not there's no point in, like, she's already in the dumpster. There's no point in dumping even more trash onto her. There's no point to it. It's not going to make anyone feel better. And her own community is going to take care of that job long before any of us can.
For infringing
I'm being dead serious. Please do not.
The lawsuit was not frivolous. When I said the lawsuit was frivolous and based on misogyny, it was to garner sympathy, protect my own reputation, and retaliate against the Kleins. This lawsuit has given me a greater understanding of copyright protection, people's copyrights, and the importance of protecting.
Okay, so to give some definition to you, when you say, well, calling people out when they do something count as brigading. Brigading is like basically when someone, an individual, like a streamer, like myself, like Ethan, brigading would be when if either of us was to tell our community of followers, granted Ethan has leagues more followers in his community than I do, but it would be like if either of us, or any streamer for that matter, that has a community of people that follow them, that listen to them, that if the streamer says, like, asks them to do something, they'll do it. Brigading would be like if that streamer or content creator tells their followers, go over to this person's social media and just start shredding them, just start tearing them apart, start like spamming whatever, dim the situation in their social media feeds, their Twitter feeds, their Twitch chats, their Kick chats, their Facebook pages, their Reddits, whatever. That is brigading. If you as an individual, like, want to call someone out on bullshit, like as an individual, that's different. Brigading is where someone who has a lot of people that would listen to them, and that person uses that mob to attack another person. That is brigade. And that's something that I do not allow.
Copyrights in the online content creation community. It is important for the entire content creation community to respect the intellectual property rights of other creators, and I will adhere to the lessons I've learned throughout this process going forward. I also want to make clear that I did not receive any support, financial or otherwise, from Hasan Piker. Hasan never even reached out to me privately to offer words of support. Speaking honestly, I found his indifference to my suffering hurtful, especially after he hinted he might help me behind the scenes. It felt like he wanted to receive credit from the public for him helping me without providing.
And by the way, if anybody's wondering why Ethan kind of makes noises or does things with his hands, like where he's like, you know, he's making like, you know, he makes little noises up. Ethan has Tourette's, for those that you don't know, so it's sort of like impulsive. It's not really something that he can control. So if you see him making weird movements with his hands or making weird movements with his face or making sounds, he has Tourette's, so he actually has a legit medical condition, and it's not him like spazzing out or making fun of anything. It's just it's something he cannot control. Just so you're aware of it. No, Captain Rudy, it's not that he's trying not to laugh. No, that literally, like, what you're seeing with the expressions on his face and stuff, like, it's his Tourette's. It is.
Hurtful, especially after he hinted he might help me behind the
even
scenes.
Facial movements.
It felt like he wanted to receive
like
credit from the public from
that
helping
was just
me
his Tourette's.
without providing any. As to the GoFundMe money, to the extent there are any remaining funds after I pay my attorney's fees, I have agreed to pay the remaining funds to the Kleins. The funds will not go to anyone else, including Denham's or Frogan, to defend their lawsuits. For the record, I have agreed to cooperate with the Kleins in their litigation against the H3 Snark mods for promoting my live stream to the extent that I am able.
Oh, did you just... one of his crew just went, oh... Listen to that again. You can hear one of when she says that, where she's agreed to testify, listen closely. You can hear one of Ethan's crew go, oh!
H3 Snark mods for promoting my live stream to the extent that I am able. I will offer my support, including testifying under oath to everything I have just stated, to help their cause. I also want to take the opportunity to acknowledge other misconduct and bad behavior I have exhibited online. For example, weaponizing the death of Asmongold's mother was inexcusable. I should know better because I have 3 disabled people that rely on me. Moving forward, I will do better.
Oh yeah,
he
did
want to apologize to the crew of the H3 podcast, particularly AB and Olivia.
Yeah.
I apologize for calling them cowards for not quitting their jobs. That was a shameful attack on 2 people who deeply care about Palestine and Palestinian people. AB, along with his wife Lena, have done more than I have ever done for the Palestinian people, including raising over $100,000 in charity.
Yeah.
I recognize that they have actually made Palestinian lives better, and my online antagonism and trolling has not.
Yeah.
I apologize to Ethan and Gila personally. I have said extremely mean and cruel things about both of them, particularly my misogynistic attacks against Gila that never should have been said. I also want to acknowledge the pervasive problem of anti-Semitism in leftist spaces. It should...
Yeah, Mike, I mean, it's clear. Her lawyer absolutely wrote this, and possibly even in conjunction with Ethan and Helio. Very, like, this is 100% written for her. She did not come up with this. She did not come up with any of this on her own. This was all made for... Because her brain is too fucking fried to come up with a proper apology. So, yes, she absolutely had someone write this for her.
Concern all of us. I condemn it and will not participate in it. To that end, I wish the Klein's success in enforcing TED Entertainment's copyright and protecting the legal rights of online content creators.
Just sit on that for a sec.
So there was his response. The big takeaway from that is exactly what I have said, which is no brigading. No jumping on the metaphorical corpse. Which should go without saying. It is, she fucked up. She's paying for it. Her community will take care of herself. Her community will take care of it for you.